CC, I'm just going ahead and making this post, getting it out to people. What's up, folks? What's up? What's up? You know what it is. It's WGSN Going Solo Network. You sitting here with Mr. Twice, and this is Thinking Twice. We got a fire show for y'all today. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and get a couple people engaged, send it off, put it in some groups, and let people know that we're here, and then we're going to get going. Hopefully everyone's doing well, had a beautiful week, because the week was phenomenal for myself. I enjoyed it for sure. Learned a lot, hung out with some people, met some new people, shook some nice hands. It was a good week. It was a good week. So we talking, I don't even want to tell y'all what we talk about, but it's gonna get spicy. But and the goal, every time the goal is when we shooting these shows, the goal is always to enlighten and entertain, always. So I always say it's like getting your cake and eating it too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say. I always say it's like getting your cake and eating it too. So now, what's crazy, what Facebook is doing now, CC, when I'm sharing it to my groups, I have to copy and paste. I can't just click through all the groups I want to share to. I have to click on the group. I gotta drop the title and then go from there. So they're making it a little more difficult to get your message out to who you wanted to get it to. But since CC is the master of getting everything together, and we're gonna try and make it as easy as possible for her. So we just going, once we get going, I'm gonna just run the whole setup right back. Everything. And yeah, I just need about like 40 more seconds and we're gonna get this thing pumping. Y'all tell me how y'all doing though. What's going on? Anything amazing happened this week? All right, just a couple more stations I'm sending it to. And then I'm gonna share it on my page. And we're gonna motivate and inspire. What Nip say? Hustle and motivate. We're hustling and motivating. We're hustling and inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Educate and inspire. All right, so we about to go ahead and run it. Yo, what up, folks? Y'all know what it is. This is Mr. Twice, and you're watching Thinking Twice on WGSN Going Solo Network. Today, we got a fire show for you today. I was sitting here thinking, for some reason, a lot of people don't know what the truth is. And the truth seldomly is told. And I had to really look and think about what the truth is. A lot of people think that they're being real. A lot of people think that they always do this and everything that they say is just what it is. It's gold. Yet, we have to get some clarity and some common grounds to really figure out what the truth is. So, like I said, I did a little research. So we're going to set some common grounds on the truth real quick. So the truth is typically described as things, or typically described as aiming to represent reality. So if that is our goal, to represent reality, how often is that reality represented, especially the reality that everyone else sees? So, what we're going to do today is talk about why people lie. And there's a bunch of reasons why people lie. And there are some good, some bad, some in between. And there's a lot of times people don't even know why they lie. And we'll even get into that a little bit too. Yet, before we do, we got to start talking about some lies. And again, common grounds of the lie. So, one of the words associated with lying, and that kind of gives us a basis of how we feel about lying. Um, the word is deceit, and deceit is concealing or misrepresenting the truth, which is reality. So if you're misrepresenting or concealing, that word is important as well. The truth, you are being deceitful or lying, which is not holding the truth. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little history lesson real quick. Um, Deceit, the word comes from the Latin term caprere, meaning to take. And when you deceive someone, the results may be taking, like the terms that they don't really need from people willing to give them, believing they are helping them. So sometimes you're taking away someone's innocence. Sometimes you're keeping someone's innocence by lying as well. Just depends upon the spectrum of the realm that you're thinking about. Yet, me personally, I don't like to lie. I just like to make my truths so cold. I don't have to lie. And maybe that is misrepresenting reality. But if you look at it from a different perspective, it all still could be reality. Yeah. So, um, one of my first questions that I would love to address, it would be, what's the most deceiving thing in the world? That is a very good question. Now, I need y'all to help me, put me in the chats. Let me know what you got. And if you believe that there's something that's more deceiving than I'm about to tell you now, go ahead and let us know. Yet, I believe the most deceiving thing in the entire world is your heart. It's your emotions, it's your feelings. Why? Your feelings change like the wind, they move like the waves. They're growing, they're receding, and they change each and every time, each and every day with each and every response or action. So just because you feel some type of way doesn't mean it's the truth, because your heart can deceive you. It can make you think someone loves you when they really don't, because that's not reality. It can make you think you're really good at something and you're really not, because your reality is saying something different. So a lot of people say follow your heart. On the other note, you should follow what you're good at and be truthful with yourself, because you don't want to deceive yourself or deceive the people. The last thing you want to do is lie to yourself, because the moment you lie to yourself is the moment you stop living. And then we have a major problem. Don't lie to yourself, for sure. That's first things first. Be honest, be true with yourself. Um, Now, the Bible also actually says that the heart is the most deceitful thing. Jeremiah 7 and 9. Excuse me, 17 and 9, if y'all want to look it up. Um, Now, when you think about liars, we have to come into perspective of what kind of common things or things in common liars have. You know, liar could be this, liar could be that, but there's certain qualities that every liar has. And I'm gonna run down a list for you. Number one, a lot of liars are very insecure. Why are they insecure? Because they are trying to distance themselves from reality. Or why are insecure people lying? Because they want to distance themselves. Uh, Number two, liars are controlling. They want to always have power. They always want to have some type of say-so in what happens. I thought I was about to burp. But that is what liars like to do. They're insecure and they like to have control. Also, they hide their feelings. Liars like to hide their feelings. Um, they're good listeners. Yeah, somebody that is a liar is going to listen to you for sure, because what they're going to do is they're going to use that information to deceive you, manipulate you. Another word for deception is manipulation. You have to manipulate situations to deceive, and then now you're not in reality anymore. I'm gonna say that word a lot today because we need to have a grasp, a grip, a tight hold on what reality truly is. Um, Liars think fast. Now, if I sound like I'm talking about myself, it's not that I'm lying. Like I said, I just make the truth so cold, I don't have to lie. So if I sound like this, just know we working on it. uh, Liars like to blame stuff on others. So they like to have control, but don't like to take accountability. We have to focus on that because sometimes we don't even know if somebody's lying because they're talking so good. But if you can start to pinpoint, doop, doop, oh, this person is a little insecure here. Oh, they're controlling about that. Why are you blaming him when you have control? Those kind of things kind of check little marks in boxes. And then we can go ahead and start to put puzzle pieces together and really see what's going on. Yet, if you have a grip on reality, then you'll be able to, have a bigger piece to the puzzle. Another thing liars have in common, they are charismatic. Now, we have done a show on charisma. So if you guys missed that show, all you got to do is go back. You know what I'm saying? Yet, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little fill in right now. Charisma is when you can be charismatic. Charisma is when you can be charismatic to a mass of people. Now, I had a big list. I'm not going to run through it all. But when you can charisma is when you can charm a mass of people. Now, there's a big list of how to be a charmer, what to do, what not to do. I spoke about that during the last show. All you got when we did charisma and how to be a charmer. You should check that out. Another thing, liars have a really good memory. So as they're listening to you, they're putting that in their database, waiting for when they can use that again. They're going to remember all it is. So when you are dealing with somebody that's charismatic, good listeners, hides their feelings, that kind of sounds like a lot of me, man. It's terrible. Just know I'm not a liar. See, I'm an exception to a lot of these things right here. I'm an anomaly, one of one. And the reason why I teach this stuff, because I don't want to run it on you. I want to run it with you. I don't want people to run game on you. Because if we run a game together, we could really start making some moves, baby. So I ain't going to lie to you. There ain't no point. I don't get no benefit out of lying. There are people that do, and we're going to get to that very soon. So now, with that being said, they say most people think, so I'll go ahead and read it to you. While you might like to think that most people are honest people, statistically speaking, you too are a liar. Yes, this is true. For somewhat most people, or most times, we are all liars. And there's good things to lie about, there's bad things to lie about. We'll kind of get to the reason why, or the definitions of a good lie and a bad lie. Yet that's what it is. There's good lies and bad lies for sure. Now, one of the ways everyone is a liar, I'll just give you an example. How many times have you been out to an event, or you went to you seen somebody at the event that was hosting it. They're hosting a party, the event, whatever it was. And it wasn't a good turnout, but what'd you tell them? Oh, a great party. No, you just got caught in a lie. You didn't think about it. It just came right out, just like that. Why did you do so? Great question. Or you probably said something like, oh, that color looks great on you. Oh, I love what you have on. Yet, it's terrible. You just lied again. Why did we do that? Is it because that we want to lie? Is it because that we want to make this person feel better? I don't know. But there are all different reasons why people lie. Some people like to lie just even based on, they call it like a pathological liar or a habitual liar. And those people, pathological liars, lie at least 5 times a day. More than 5 times a day, you're considered a pathological liar. And I know a few pathological liars. And how many times somebody asked you, hey, so you busy? What you got going? Oh, I don't know. What's up? Oh, yeah, we can go here, whoop this, whoop that. Oh, no, I can't. I'm tired. They're lying. And that happens all the time. I've done it for sure. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done it a lot of times. Some people, and if you're listening, I'm sorry, you've told me to come out. I was like, man, I really don't want to go where you at, bro, or baby, just don't want to go there. And, instead of hurting their feelings, I'll just kind of neutralize the situation, which is a little bit better. So before we get to why people lie, we also need to make another note on what lying is. Okay? So there's this little word with an O. And for some reason, a lot of people like to use this word as lying. And it also is a manipulation tactic. That word is omission. Omission. Withholding information is the definition of omission. And the suppression of the truth. So rather than the expression of the untruth, that characteristic is a lie. Both designed to deceive, and withholding information makes a secret truth. It doesn't distort it. Lying depends on spoiling the truth, and so undermines the very basis of justice. Interesting. So withholding information is also a lie. So if you are not telling the whole truth, you are leaving secrets about the truth. And if you're leaving secrets about the truth, it can't be the whole truth. So that is not reality. And if you're trying to bring reality to the forefront of the situation, you can't miss out the truth. Or another thing a lot of people like to do is deflect. That you'll ask them a question, boom. So after that question goes off, they don't want to answer it. So what they'll do, say, "Who? What about this?" Don't fall for the bait. Don't fall for the bait. There is a fallacy in mind that comes up that is very, very productive when you're in these types of conversations and you're in your communication classes or communication settings. That's called the red herring effect. It's when somebody generally tells you or tries to distract your attention away from the actual matter at hand. So a lot of people, what they end up doing is trying to bring up something old, or they're trying to bring up something that they heard you talking about earlier, because liars pay attention to what you're saying to you. So they're going to bring up something that you find low valuable. So guess what they're gonna do? Change the subject, change the topic, get up out of there. And then they don't even have to omit the truth or put secrets of the truth. You just don't even got to talk about it. So you have to be aware of that as well, because that is a psychological warfare that goes on and on so quickly, so fast. And if you can't catch it, you're going to miss it. And then people are going to start running game on you. People are always going to start, you're going to miss a lot of conversations. You're going to miss some things that you need to know, some things that you need to be told. You're going to miss that. Why? Because somebody's just thinking a little more quicker than you. But you are here with me. Here, Mr. Twice, thinking twice. Because we're gonna make sure you're thinking twice and you're gonna keep thinking right. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna pay a couple bills. You know, this is WGSN Going Solo Network. We're gonna be right back. Hey, stay tuned and don't go nowhere. Yo, we right back in. What up? This is Thinking Twice with Mr. Twice. This is WGSN Going Solo Network. And today we had a really, really nice topic going on about why people lie. We haven't got into why people lie just yet. We've been making up a basis around lying and the truth. So once we have a nice plate, we go ahead and carve out everything, that all the excess, so that nobody can talk about anything else but what's on that plate. So we went ahead and just packed a plate. Now we're gonna sit through it and find out what's really on there. Get big. Now, before we do that, we're gonna talk about the consequences of lying, because those also come as well, because there's a beginning and an end to everything that happens. So you have to make sure to think about that too. Now, the consequences of lying are not as simple as you might seem. You know, people often think that lies breed contempt of guilt, but they do much more. Uh, they foster relationships, they destroy trust, social networks. They also create social networks, believe it or not, and make people more creative. That is also a fact as well, and influence how often others lie. So once one lie hits, often you may have to remember that lie and continue to tell that lie. Now, just for an example, before I jump into why people lie, um, if you're thinking, how can it make me more? Uh, how can it make me more? Make my imagination better, or it make me more creative? Like, oh, how? Just like when you tell a child that there's an Easter bunny, that there is Santa Claus. You tell a child that there's the boogeyman under the bed. So what are they gonna do? Their imagination gets to running. They're trying to solve problems. They're trying to catch Santa. So how am I going to catch him? How am I gonna stay away from the boogeyman? How am I going to make sure to be good this year? Like they're they can write letters to Santa, everything. So lying isn't always a bad thing if you use it in a productive manner. But let's go ahead and get to the meats and bones of what we're here today. And that's why people lie. And there are a multitude of reasons why people lie. Now, I'm going to read a couple statements. I pulled up some examples, wrote some stuff down. Um, so, the number one, I don't want to say the number one. I want you guys to tell me which would be the number one reason why people lie. The first reason would be to avoid punishment. Most people lie to avoid punishment, especially children, which is, pretty I don't want to say normal, but it happens often. People tend to lie when they know they're going to get in trouble, and they know something isn't going to go their way. A lot of people lie like that. Um, Children normally do that the most, for sure. Um, or if you're in the eyes of the law, they be lying too. Politicians like to like to lie too, but they lie for a different reason. um, the next reason why people lie, um, concealing a reward or benefit. That's huge. A lot of people lie for that. Now, I wouldn't say that's a bad reason to lie, because why do you want everyone to know what you have? Like, why do you? It's just like when somebody asks you, so how much money you make before taxes? Like, why? So that sometimes lying or omission of the truth, and you could even just say, "Brad, ain't none of your business," straight like that, and that's probably what I would say. Like, Brad, especially if I really don't rock with you like that. Like, what do you want to know my income for? Yet, when you become a person of high caliber, high status, all your information is going to be out there. This is the information age. So you could just boss up on them, tell them to go look it up. But a lot of people do omit the truth, which is a lie, to conceal some benefits. Like, say you uh, found a treasure map, and you know where a boatload of diamonds are. Are you gonna and are you gonna tell anybody? Probably not. Or you and somebody else both get the same information, that there are some diamonds out somewhere, and you find out first, and you can, tell them where something else is, or act like you didn't get it at all. So all of those things happen all the time. So uh, this is what the story I had. So in serious lies, the falsehood is usually told to conceal the reward or benefit the liar obtained by breaking a rule or explicit expectation. The curfew violator was able to stay longer at the party. A speeding driver, yada yada yada. Oh, I like my story better. The next reason why people lie, and this is a big one. This happens all the time, and I believe this is misconstrued often, and it can lead to good, it can lead to bad. It could lead to that broken trust I was telling you about. It could lead to those broken relationships. So this next one, why people lie, is protecting someone from harm. So fellas, ladies, you don't want to tell your man, you don't want to tell your girl what you was out doing when you weren't supposed to be doing it anyway. Yeah, I had a slow blink for you. You weren't supposed to be doing it anyway, and you told him you was doing something else. So guess what happens? You got to tell them something different. Why? Because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You're protecting them from their hurt. Well, in all actuality, that isn't the real reason why you are lying. Not at all. There's going to be another reason behind that lie. Yet I would say this to those individuals that do like to lie, especially in their relationships or anything like that, or about something that you have already discussed. There's some guidelines in a relationship, whatever you have said that you were going to do, and you did not go through with it. Always represent reality properly. Some people, honestly, some people don't even take it right, because they'll say, "Oh, I won't get mad." I seen this video the other day. The girl's asking the guy, "Did you sleep with her? Did you sleep with her?" He's like, Are you gonna get mad? I promise I won't get mad. Are you gonna get mad? I promise I won't get mad. He says, I slept with her. She 300 kicks him in the chest and jumps on him. And then that was the end of the video. She was already mad. But the thing about it is, if you don't provide a comfortable situation so that people can express their feelings to you properly, they're going to lie to you. So a lot of times when I feel like people are lying to me, I'll make it seem like the situation isn't as important as they seem. And it could be important to me. Yet I'm not going to let them know that. Why? Because I want the truth. I'm not going to make it seem like if you don't tell me this right here and you're going to lie to me about it, that the whole world's going to end. Because obviously it's not. You're going to still be here. I'm going to still be here. Now, there may be some things that might change between our relationship, yet there's no reason your truths aren't really going to hurt people. And I had a question that somebody asked me. Would you rather hear beautiful lies or ugly truths? And that brought up another thought. A lot of times when people make a beautiful lie, sounds good, sounds sweet. I like to hear it. But when that truth is ugly, they do it to be vindictive, to be evil, to hurt, malicious. They do those things to make you feel a certain type of way. And you have to be aware of that as well. That is another reason for people lying. They lie to hurt your feelings. Why? Some misery likes company. Other people want other people to feel bad the way they do. So they're going to lie to you. That also happens all the time as well. So if you know your reality and you know who you are, because if you know who you are, can't nobody else tell you who you are. You did? So that's when that truth comes in, that reality sets in. As long as you have that reality, can't nobody tell you nothing. Now, if they start speaking some facts and this, that, and the third, I can't help you. But you got to know who you are, for sure. And especially when people are being vindictive and trying to get you to believe something else or something that is not. That will really help out a lot. Another reason why people lie, self-protection. That happens too. To protect yourself from being harmed or even being taken. And this is not a bad lie. You want to be able to protect your livelihood, especially when I was checking out the scenarios, looking at some online. So say there's a little kid at home, and he might even be by himself. Nobody's there. Somebody knocks on the door. 11-year-old kid's all by himself. Dad's going to be gone for about another 30 minutes. Knock on the door again. What the kid's going to do? He answer the door? Nah, you teach your kids not to answer the door. So guess what the kid says? My dad's taking a nap right now and I'm not supposed to answer the door. Go ahead and come back later. But the dad's gone. That's a lie for self-protection. There's nothing wrong with those kind of lies, especially when you're trying to make sure that your livelihood is good. Nobody's hurt by any means. So there are some lies in certain situations that would benefit. Some lies wouldn't. Yet we have to gauge on which ones would be proper. Another lie. We kind of hinted towards this a little earlier. Excuse me, another reason why people lie. Maintaining privacy. Now, privacy to me is pretty big. I like my privacy. I like my quiet time. I'll put stuff on the net, say like some crazy stuff sometimes, and have a good time. Yet when it comes down to it, privacy is important for sure. You want your quiet time, you want your peace. Privacy begets peace, or peace comes from privacy, you know. So we have to make sure to always try to protect our privacy. Now, if you're trying to be private in a situation where you guys are close, or your friends, or you're in a relationship, or you feel like that's something that they don't need to know, or you guys have already been in the situation together and you're withholding information from them, then you're lying for another reason, some gains, some protection, something else. So privacy is for those that have not already been in, just like the guy that didn't get a chance to get in the door. The kid was trying to maintain his privacy, keep the peace, you know. So somebody that's not already in the door, you can lie like this for. But you want to be able to be truthful to those that are already in. Another reason why people lie, and I found this to be one of the most interesting things, and it could lead to a totally different conversation, a totally different mindset, and a totally different perspective. Some people lie because they believe telling the truth, they will give up power. Sometimes it happens. A lot of times it happens. You have to think about it. Politicians do it all the time. Didn't we just watch the debate? How many lies did Trump tell you? It's not that I'm against the guy or anything, but we're talking about liars. So why people lie? One of the reasons why he was lying, and they called him out right afterwards. Oh, that's not true. This isn't true. That's not true. This, that, the third. And then they said, normally in presidential debates, if you lie one time, you're out. But this guy is on record for multiple times of lying, and he's still in, which speaks to something else, which I don't know of. Yet, the man has continually lied and lied and lied to maintain the power. He wants to keep power, for sure. And a lot of people think if they don't have power, they don't have control. Yet, if you learn to use your words, if you learn to use the tools that have been given to you, if you learn to hone in your talents and create more allies than enemies, you're not going to have to lie. If you learn to always make sure to have that perception of reality true, truth be told, you're not going to have to lie, especially to keep power. And a lot of people get power from other different things. A lot of people have different perceptions of power or control of a situation. And you can tell a lot about somebody if they don't have control of a situation, how they act, and how they act when they are going to lose control of a situation. Those are real indicators of someone's true individual or true characteristics. Another reason that people lie, the thrill of it, they just get a kick. They like the heartbeat. They like to see what put people on edge. They like to have fun. They like to, they like to put people in positions to make them feel like they don't know what they're going to do. Those people are called psychopaths. No, I'm just playing. But no, seriously, a lot of people just like to do that. And it can be good. It can be not, So like sometimes you might lie to your spouse. Oh, we're going to a surprise. So, and if you think about it, omission of information, the word surprise is like a lie because you're not telling the truth. So the thrill of withholding information does satisfy people, like the element of surprise, people being scared, suspense. That that's why people make suspenseful movies. That's why we make horror movies, because we like to be surprised. We like to be scared. We don't always want to know exactly what's about to happen. We like that, just as a people. That's how things stay moving. That's how relationships don't get boring. Like making sure you're not predictable, and that may be, a part of the thrill. So there can be good and bad things when you leave out information. If you're going to reveal the rest of the truth in a surprising fashion or in a good fashion, you know, you can do that as well. That would be really cool. Um, Another reason why people lie is to avoid embarrassment. Yeah, for sure. Like if pissed yourself, just throw some more water on your pants and just say you spilled the drink or something. So, so like, which is, deception. I'm deceiving you because I'm making you think I spilled my drink, but I really still five. That was real kind of childish, but you get my drift. A lot of people lie to avoid embarrassment for sure, and if you can understand it at the level of five, you can absolutely understand that there are many scenarios and many circumstances to where I'm not going to tell you the truth because I don't want you to know, because I just don't want you to look at me differently, because you look at me at such a high level, and I tell you this, I might not even be the person you see me as no more. So people will lie for that. People will lie for that respect. People will lie for that uh, that position of power. People killed for it too. So I would say no need to lie. And if you're gonna be embarrassed of it, just don't do it. Honestly, a couple more things why people lie: being polite and attention seeking. People lie about that all the time. I kind of told you a little earlier why people lie. And when you go to that party and you seen this dress that was terrible, but you told her that it was tight, being polite, want her to feel good. Is that a bad thing that she walking around with a little bit of confidence now? And when she talks to people, she feels like she a little bit better at this, that, and the third. No, it's not. It's cool, but just choose when you're being polite. Just choose for sure. And attention seeking. A lot of people will lie just to get you to feel bad for them or to do stuff for them. You know, it happens all the time. Unfortunately, there are people who lie just to do that. The irony of it, most of them probably will end up having that stuff happen to them anyway. It's terrible. I hate it. How does that happen? Something you lie about usually ends up happening. I don't know. It happens to me. When I speak it, it happens. There ain't too many things that I've said that haven't happened for real. So be careful what you say, ladies and gentlemen. Um, a couple more things before we get up out of here. And I want to send you guys home with some questions. I want you to think for yourself, ask yourself, and then if you see me in the street, you see me writing about something, tell me what you thought. That would light my day up. You like, oh yeah, I seen you doing this, doing that. You talked about why people lie, and you asked me this question. I'll most definitely sit down and chat with you, no question. Um, oh man, I had a couple more things I wanted to speak about, but we're coming close to the end of our show. Um, so I'm gonna just address a couple things, ask those questions. Uh, if you ever run into me, I want you guys to tell me what is the best lie you ever got away with. Just answer me that. To be like, boom, what's the best lie? Just tell me, hey, twice. Yo, I got away with this crazy lie one time. I'm like, what? Oh, I'm gonna stop him. We're gonna figure it out right there. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna make sure to make something happen. Now, another question I want you to ask and be mindful of: which relationship has more lies, parent to child or partner to partner? And we need to gauge on the quality of those lies and why we're lying, if we are lying. Is it, to control power, protection, embarrassment? It's one of those. Got to be. Um, Another question I like to ask: is it possible for your relationship to work without a degree of deception? That's a great question as well. I personally don't believe a relationship can last without deception. Just like I just told you, the surprise party. Just like I told you, if you know everything I'm going to do, it's not going to be entertaining. You're not going to enjoy it. So I'm going to make sure to always have a trick up my sleeve and, go ahead and let you know that, you going along for the ride, and I ain't going to tell you about this wave, but, you just going to like what you see when we in the air. You did. Last thing I really want to get at, as far as why do people lie? Um, it is important to understand and realize that a lot of people lie for a multitude of reasons. And once we have an idea of the reasons that most people lie, we can start checking off list. We want to be able to call out truths. We don't want to fall receptive or be receptive to deception. That's a tongue twister. We also want to be able to protect ourselves at all times. So if we can make sure to really pay attention to reality and have a good representation of reality and not fall for deception, we're gonna be heading in the right direction, especially if you know who you are. So don't lie to your loved ones, and for damn sure don't lie to yourself. Always keep it real and keep thinking twice, and everybody's gonna be right. You dig? Hey, enjoy the rest of the evening. Think about what I said. You see me in the street, let me know. And everybody in the world thought twice. It'll be a better place. Love, baby.